What's going on there, all you friends, true believers, and newcomers alike? Superfly Comics Guy here, bringing you a rapid review of Spider-Man Noir, the Complete Collection. Rapid review is a condensed format where we like to take a look at shorter books and trades that don't have as much material as an omnibus. So I hope you'll join me here today as we take a look at Marvel's hard-boiled, web-spinning wise guy, huh? So real quick, I'll just show you the cover here from issue number 2 of Spider-Man Noir. There's no variant covers or anything like that. There's the spine. And the back here, the hard-boiled adventures of the grittiest web-slinger in the Spider-Verse. In the dark days of the Great Depression, young reporter Peter Parker finds himself forever changed by a spider's bite and resolves to take on crime and corruption as the urban vigilante called Spider-Man. So here we're collecting Spider-Man Noir 1 through 4, Spider-Man Noir Eyes Without a Face 1 through 4, Edge of Spider-Verse number 1, the Spider-Geddon Spider-Man Noir video comic, and material from Spider-Verse Team Up number 1. And the cover price of this trade is 25 US, 33 Canadian. But let's start talking about the contents and story. So diving into this complete collection, but I'm going to try to keep spoilers to a minimum as I'm talking about it. Here we have a nice little table of contents here, sort of showing you how the issues are mapped, but there's no page numbers. But other than that, we just dive right in. So those of you familiar with Spider-Man might be thinking, well, that doesn't look like the classic Spider-Man. And you're right, because this takes place in what's called the Marvel Noir universe, which is set in the 1930s and takes a much darker tone than usual compared to your classic Marvel stuff. And that's no different for this guy right here, Spider-Man Noir, who you might know from Into the Spider-Verse,
Surprise attack!
Or from the video game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Now there are some similarities here to the classic Spider-Man. This is still Peter Parker, he's still a reporter for the Daily Bugle, but there's a lot of differences as well. This Peter is a very angry individual. He's definitely not as compassionate as his main universe counterpart. He's very act first, think later. As Spider-Man, he carries around a gun and doesn't shy away from killing. So he definitely has to
Close off your feelings so you don't get crippled by the moral ambiguity of your violent act.
But his powers are still pretty similar. He's got the enhanced strength and agility, the spider sense, the wall crawling. His webbing is actually organic, but the webs just splatter everywhere, so he can't actually web swing. He parkours around New York instead. His webs are more so just for restraining enemies. Oh, and of course we can't forget that he likes to punch kids. Wait, no, that's not right. Okay, maybe it is a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. These first 4 issues here actually tell a new origin story. So this universe's Uncle Ben isn't actually shot by a mugger. He's mauled in a vicious animal attack. Or is he? Because after Peter gets his powers, he uncovers a conspiracy that indicates there may be a lot more behind Uncle Ben's death than a simple animal attack. And this conspiracy leads him to all sorts of characters, such as the Goblin, Vulture, who, by the way, this is probably the creepiest version of Vulture that ever exists up until this point, Felicia Hardy, J. Jonah Jameson, and much more, each with their own unique twists from their classic counterparts. After this story, we get into Eyes Without a Face. That story deals with another sort of conspiracy, this time involving Otto Octavius performing some dodgy experiments. And that story, it touches on the sensitive topic of racism, and I'd say is even darker than the previous story. But sometimes to its detriment. I found there were definitely parts in Eyes Without a Face that veered into just straight up edgy territory, which is, I don't know, it wasn't bad per se, but I don't think I enjoyed that story as much as I did the first 4 issues of Spider-Man Noir. And then towards the end, the book closes off with some Spider-Verse tie-ins, where Spider-Man Noir is getting pulled into that event. And definitely a sharp contrast from the other material, because these Spider-Verse tie-ins have a much more are much lighter in tone, as you can tell from the art, and just more lighthearted and jokey in general. You can see the art is definitely more traditional here in these Spider-Verse tie-ins, whereas in these other issues, the main Spider-Man Noir issues, I mean, I don't know, the art is all right, but for me it kind of came across as kind of blocky a lot of the time, a little bit lumpy. Now, I forgot to mention, this book is 264 pages, and you do actually get an extra section. You got some variant covers here by various people. You also get some layouts for the pages, like here. You also get some character designs, I believe. Yeah, like here was one of the original Spider-Man Noir designs by Marko Đurđević. Pretty interesting, but overall I think I like the design they went with a little bit more, especially with the trench coat. Pretty cool. And I think you also get some scripts and stuff here. Yeah. But anyway, as somebody whose favorite character is Spider-Man, I'd say this book was pretty alright. I know this complete collection is pretty difficult to find, so I'd say if you're interested in the character Spider-Man Noir, I would just recommend reading the issues digitally, because the best part, in my opinion, is just the main 4 issues of Spider-Man Noir anyway. Eyes Without a Face is okay, but I don't think it was really for me, and the Spider-Verse material will probably just be included in the Spider-Verse omnibus that's scheduled to come out next year. But that does it for our rapid review of Spider-Man Noir, the complete collection. As always, let me know your thoughts, whether it's about the book, the review, or the character of Spider-Man Noir. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I hope to catch you in another video real soon. So you have yourself a great day. I've been Superfly Comics Guy, and until next time, keep reading. See ya.